So Kanan, who you think they killed? Him and his mom was kicking in the ditch in the preview for episode 5. I think this next week. We just watched episode 4 of Raising Kanan.
When did you see him kicking somebody in the ditch?
Afterwards, where they were showing like a preview of what's gonna happen in the next episode, it was just a real quick flash of them throwing somebody in the ditch that they killed.
Kanan and his mom?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't see that little flash.
All right, what did you think of episode 4?
It was all right. I think Kanan is now starting to realize that his mom's not being 100% legit with him. That she's hiding stuff and you know.
I do think she's getting a little bit too messy. Like not messy because she's not like. Yeah, that's the best word that I could think to describe it. Just in her actions, the way she's moving, I think is starting to make her look real untrustworthy, unreliable. I think that there's a building tension between her and Lou that I don't think is in the best interest of the business that they have going on. Although it seems like she's using that business to fuel the tensions that they have.
Well, my thing is, going over to Jersey and dealing with the mafia people, and from watching movies and just listening to different things, most mafia people got judges and different people, police people in their pockets, and so she's just setting herself up to get caught up into some real mess.
This may be me wishful thinking because I think the reality of the situation is compared to like a mafia or like a Don or something along the lines of what they were trying to build this character up to be. In the real world, he would just have all of them killed. Like there would just be flooded with bullets in all of their different places. But I'm hoping that it develops into more of a friendly relationship between her and him. I think that was kind of implied in him being like he likes her after she was like basically like, yo, I hear your offer, I'm not doing none of it, and then just walked away from him. Like I think that her showing a sign of strength, even though maybe might not be the most realistic way that situation would have been handled, I think that it is gonna force the plot, make it more interesting moving forward in their interactions.
I don't know, because to actually shoot up people and everything like they say the mafia used to do.
Because this is the 80s too.
Yeah, see that's not really mafia. Mafia wants the money. They want to get paid.
But I mean, if you are going to encroach onto their property where they like their territory, I mean to say, if you're going to encroach onto their territory, then you are directly having a negative effect on their money, and I think that's where the violence comes in at.
Well, that's why I'm saying he rather have a piece of the pot than to want to shoot up things. That's why he brought it to their attention in the first place. The only way to get to where he want to shoot up everybody is that if she, like she said, she don't pay and then still try to do what she's doing.
Which is what happened. She said, I see your offer, I reject it, and then she was driving her school bus, which he ended up stealing her bus full of all the drugs and stuff, so we're going to see how she's going to have to navigate that.
That was before she met with him.
Are you sure that was after she we met with him, and then she got home. Then when she was leaving, she was like, all right, we got to stop using the trucks. Let's start using the school buses. Then they showed Unique on the phone with somebody. I'm assuming was him telling them that something about a school bus. They cut off the end of his conversation because the police officer walked in and talked to him when he said he didn't have nothing to say to her about, his situation and who was basically trying to get him locked up when he was dealing with the stuff in jail. And then after that, that's when because when she talked to him, that's when she decided to switch from using trucks to school buses, and then he somehow still knew to jack the school bus.
Oh, okay, but I think he would rather have money than to try to fight a war, because he realized that these people got guns and everything, and he probably got more soldiers than he do too.
I wouldn't think so, because a lot of the times when it comes to these mafias, first of all, they're not just a gang, they're a culmination of a whole bunch of gangs. And then a lot of the times there's a family structure dynamic, like people are like like people say that you're born into a gang just because your dad used to bang that gang and because of whatever neighborhood you live in. But when your family's in the mafia, you were legitimately born into the mafia. Like you don't have an option in it and you were raised on that. So I don't know, just the way that they explain these characters, and then also the fact that he got all the Jersey on lock. Like, if I had to assume, I would assume that he had more manpower than she has at her disposal.
Maybe, but I thought the episode was okay. I just think she's getting sloppy.
I'm rooting for Kanan and his dad to like become cool and then eventually build into something where it's like, and I didn't pay as good attention to Power, so maybe during Power Kanan explained that he had killed his dad at a young age. I'm not exactly sure about that, but like I brought up the ditch thing because I'm hoping it's not the police officer, because I would rather that cause animosity between him and his mom's relationship than for them to have just built up so much of that storyline just to throw it away with, okay, well, that is my dad. All right, we could go kill him together then. Did you is there anything else you wanted to say about that?
No, I'm waiting on Sunday to see the next episode so I can see what was going on.
I don't think that episode really did a whole bunch for moving forward. This is one of those this is one of those shows though where I'm just like, I'm not emotionally invested in the side characters, but I think they're cool enough to where if you have an episode where a whole bunch of stuff happens with side characters, I'll still be entertained by it. Like, I think it's cool. Famous got a place. I don't know who that was, Kanan banging now, but like I'm sure he's gonna bang her and her mom. Like like all the extra stuff going on around his jukebox, finding her mother, deciding to wear a dress and go to church, and then battling with the whole idea of does she want to look feminine or not. Like all that type of stuff, I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of anything, but it's interesting enough to me to where it had my attention.
I just think the guy who with the radio station who trying to go behind my boy back and make deals gonna end up dead.
I hope so. I don't like. He's one of the ones who I don't like. Was it in the episode or was it in the previews of the next episode where the guy ended up pulling the gun on Lou? I think that might have been in the preview of the next episode where you go, oh, if you pull this, you better use it. And he's like, what make you think I'm not gonna use it? And it's like, bro, you're dead already at this point. Like, if you kill me, you're gonna get killed. If you don't kill me, you're gonna get killed. So like, I'm hoping in that he could. I was honestly,
who pulled the gun on Ludo?
The guy who he worked with in the studio.
Oh really? I didn't see. I wasn't paying attention to the next.
I think that might have been a preview of the next episode. I personally, I was.
That might be who was in the hold in.
Could be. I was on the side. I mean, but I don't think that it'd be Kanan and his mom who Kanan and Rock who kills him. I think it'd just be Lou or maybe Marvin. Which, I mean, they're Marvin finally started flirting with the woman, like how I said. I knew that, and she blushed. So yeah, he's gonna smash that before the end of the season. I'm almost positive.
Oh yeah, You can tell the way she was coming at him that she was trying to get attention.
But I also, I was personally, I'd have been happier if Rock just actually bought his stake in the studio and he moved away to California with the other girl or something like that. Like, I mean, if he gets killed, who cares? This is just a fictional character. The actual actor will still be alive, so whatever. But like, I just finding some way to phase him out of everything. He kind of seems useless. Plus, there's even the new guy who's the manager of the girl, who now Rock is flirting with him, and she acted like it was just so mind-boggling that he used art to launder money when that's like what expensive art is for. But like, I feel like between Lou buying up his portion of ownership of the studio, as well as this new character being involved, being introduced into it, using it for money laundering and being the girl's manager, he's unnecessary, really. There's no point in keeping his character around.
But yeah, that's what I said with Rock. Rock's not a visionary because that studio could be a cash cow to launder her money.
Yeah, and then it's beautiful because it's like when it comes to things like really any form of art is like, I know cash businesses is usually what people say is the easiest thing to launder money, but any form of art is really a pristine way to launder money because the value of it is subjective. Like I could tell you that I paid somebody $20 for a verse on my taxes, but I could also tell you I paid somebody $1,000,000 for a verse, and anywhere in between. And it's just like, well, how do you know, and all that type of stuff. So it's just like, or that I got paid $20 for this verse that somebody who signed to my label did, or that I got paid $1,000,000. Like, you don't know how much money is being really exchanged in all of this, and you can very easily exchange this money in cash as well. So I just think that when it comes to artistic things, it's always a good idea to use that for your money laundering.